The views and opinions expressed on all radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the host, guests, and callers who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
When you walk out on that field today, ask yourself this question. What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We made it! We made it! We made it! We made it! I'm going to the house! I'm going to the house! When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? It's hot now. It's hot now. Let's go. It's hot. We made it. I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, how like we the Miami Heat of football.
Hey,
yeah.
Valencia?
The bottom line is you got to
David.
go with the chin straps.
What's going on, dude?
Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from that. He's a man. It can be a hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. Don't cry when you step on the field, man. That's war out there. When I step on the field, I send one message.
Hey, Charlotte.
This is what it feels like.
I know you want to cheer.
My bad.
Hey, Rob.
You bad gonna work in my world. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time.
David
What time
Batten.
is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go, my God. Let's go. We made it. I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
Oh, no, this game is not over. It's just getting started right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. I'm AJ Jones. It is our Team Texas Tuesday. A lot going on with the teams right here in the state, injury-related. Texans having to make some moves. Cowboys having to make some moves. Put Trayvon Diggs out for a little while, 4 to 6 weeks. I think broken foot. They're going to have to make a move in that secondary. Texans had to pick up a linebacker from Washington. Anything you get from Washington, not named Dwayne Haskins, I don't know if you even want. I'm just saying. So Texas had to get a linebacker from Washington, put a couple of guys on the IR as they get ready to go up to Cleveland for an important game for them. Texans pull off a win up in Cleveland, and I don't know. I don't know. It gets interesting. It gets interesting. So, in fact, I'm going to have a guy who's been on the show back, Nick Padon. Nick Padon from Cleveland will be back on the show. Not today. I'm going to be on his show tomorrow, and I'll probably even have him on Thursday or Friday. So, Nick up there in Cleveland got his own show now, and he's been on the show before. So, be good to have him back, find out what's going on with this matchup with the Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans. It's a game that Houston can win that game. I mean, it's not like Houston is going to Pittsburgh or Pittsburgh is coming here. Houston can go up and beat Cleveland in Cleveland. It can happen. It can happen. So, you know, the Texans have to see if they can't get who's the guy that they picked up? Let me get his name right. They picked up Nate Orchard, and placed a couple of guys on IR. So if they can get him right, or Grenard, who was one of their draft choices, if they can get him right and, and provide some kind of resistance on that defense, that is a game that the Texans can win. Obviously, the Cowboys can definitely pick up a win when they go and visit Minnesota Sunday at noon. So both teams here in Texas in the NFL dealing with injuries. I mean, when have you ever seen both the teams that bad, though? 2-7 for the Cowboys, 2-6 for the Texans. I mean, literally, when have you ever seen them both be that bad? And I think both of them had obviously much higher expectations. The Cowboys, you can kind of understand it with the loss of Dak Prescott. Can we go ahead and quit with the Dak Prescott ain't worth the money talk? Can we go ahead and stop that? Like, if you really think that the Cowboys are going to win with Garrett Gilbert, Andy Dalton, and Ben DiNucci, then I got news for you. You don't know football. I don't mean to be disrespectful because, when people say that about me, I had to educate you on basketball. Please stop it. I've probably forgotten more basketball and football than a lot of people know. I'm just telling you, I was that nerdy geek guy that, crunched numbers before analytics. So I'm just saying, I think the bigger disappointment is probably the Cowboys than the Texans, but both of them right now are pretty disappointing, but both of them still have a shot. If I'm the Cowboys, though, I'm going with Willie Gibson's plan. I'm not trying to do nothing. Cowboys, I think, have the number 5 pick right now or number 4 pick, something real high. Please, I ain't trying to do nothing. I'm trying to get them picks. The Texans, it don't matter if they lose them all or win them all. They're not going to get a better pick. They'll just make things better or worse for Miami. So Charlotte Jeter said he's worth it, but will they pay him? They better. They better. If they don't, that's what we used to say. When somebody did something absolutely ridiculous that they didn't have no business doing, in other words, translation, what the Hades did you do that for? So if they don't pay him, if you get stuck with Garrett Gilbert, Andy Dalton, and Ben DiNucci, then good for you. All right, I got to take a break. We'll be right back with more right after this. You want to get in, Team Texas Tuesday, 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000. Again, I believe the Texans can win on Sunday. I'm hoping that they do. I need J.J. Watt to get sack number 101, 102, and 103 against Baker. I wish I was as good as I talk Mayfield. All right, we'll be right back on the lunch break.
I am a non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who've helped people that have been injured or wronged. Have you been diagnosed with cancer? Are you one of the millions who have taken Zantac or other generic versions of this popular drug to help treat stomach issues? Then pay close attention to this message. The FDA said it detected low levels of a probable cancer-causing chemical known as NDMA in Zantac and other generic forms of this popular drug. They've banned sales and even removed it from the market. If you've been diagnosed with cancer and you've taken Zantac or a generic equivalent, call the legal helpline now. You could receive a free cash award and have your medical expenses covered. And there's no upfront cost to you. They only get paid if you win. So please call now. 800-251-7816. 800-251-7816. 800-251-7816. That's 800-251-7816.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
If you are trying to quit drinking or doing too many drugs, listen to me. You don't know me and we'll never meet. I had a problem like you once. I drank and used to party a little too much till it got out of control and almost ruined my life. I realized I needed help to fix my problem before it totally destroyed me. If you've tried to fix your drinking and drug problem and you know you can't do it alone, you need to call the National Treatment Advisors. They'll immerse you into a 30-day program to replace your old habits with new habits and totally change your life. And if you have PPO private health insurance, the entire program may be covered. Fix your problem right now before it gets any worse. Get clean. Call now and learn more. 800-961-2730. 800-961-2730. That's 800-961-2730. I'm going to tell you how you can get real health insurance for as little as $6 a day. Yes, now you can get affordable health insurance for you and your family immediately, starting at just $6 a day. And coverage is guaranteed regardless of your medical
condition. That's right, for about $6 a day, you can have guaranteed health insurance. And there's dental, vision, and prescription coverage too. You owe it to yourself and your family to make this free call right now and learn more. There are no deductibles, no waiting period, no contracts, and coverage is guaranteed. Call National Health right now for your risk-free guaranteed health insurance quote starting at just $6 a day. Call now.
800-797-0921. 800-797-0921. 800-797-0921. That's 800-797-0921. Paid for by Go Health.
You're listening to Shiloh Radio, the legendary KYOK 1140 AM, and the all-new 92.3 FM, where you will be encouraged, inspired, and ignited to reach your maximum potential in life through Jesus Christ with Shy.
I'm Ben Tankard, and you are listening to The Lunch Break.
All right, y'all, we're back here on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. I'm AJ Jones. It is Team Texas Tuesday, and I tell you what, again, try to find out if the Texans can get it done this Sunday at noon up in Cleveland when they take on the Cleveland Browns. Got to get Willie Gibson on, try and see if I can't get him on maybe Thursday and let him talk about it as well. He covers the Browns. Right now, let me just give you the power rankings after last night. When Cam Newton, got to give Cam some love. Cam brought the New England Patriots all the way back from a 20-10 halftime deficit and led them to a 30-27 win over the New York Jets. Cam Newton threw for 274, ran for 2 touchdowns. And I will tell you something. The Jets didn't look horrible, but there's no way in the world that they can tell me that guy's the right head coach for that team. And if they do, again, the Jets are just, the organization as a whole is trash. The organization as a whole, not the players, it's not their fault, but the head coach, general manager, owner, trash. Just trash. That could be a really good organization. It could. But I'm just telling you, man, I don't know. I'm trying to find the right words. It's like getting a Lamborghini, putting a trailer hitch on it, and start hauling wood. Not even furniture, wood. Where you going? I am haul this wood. What are you doing that for? Because I got to haul it. But you got a Lamborghini. I know it normally runs pretty fast, but it's not hauling this wood the way it drives normally. Like you're running a really good thing in the ground with bad decisions, bad management, bad coaching, and bad ownership. That's the trifecta. Bad management, bad coaching, and bad ownership. And that's the New York Jets. I mean, they had some bright spots out there. That wide receiver's legit. I mean, for Christ's sake, maybe Sam Darnold is not the answer because Joe Flacco didn't look half bad last night, and he's 219 years old. Joe Flacco got the ball out to some playmakers. They definitely need a running game, but, they ran that off. So, again, the New York Jets look bad because of who they are and who's running them. But Cam Newton did what he needed to do to pull the Patriots back to a win 30-27. Wasn't pretty, but Cam doesn't always do it pretty. Cam just gets it done. I was really glad to see it. And Keith Hennig said, and no quarterback. I hope for God's sake that Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields, neither of them end up in New York with the Jets, New Jersey with the Jets. I mean, that says enough right there. They're not even the right city. All right, let me take another break. I'll be right back right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. Two radio stations in one.
You're home. You're a diabetic. You need supplies, but you don't want to visit the pharmacy. What do? Call US Med for home delivery of your supplies. If you have diabetes and you're worried about going to a crowded pharmacy, pick up the phone in the safety and comfort of your home and let US Med deliver them to you with free shipping. And now if you test your blood sugar 4 more times a day and inject insulin 3 or more times a day, you may qualify to get a new continuous glucose monitor at little or no cost, which may eliminate the pain of pricking your fingers and helps you make smarter diabetes decisions. Plus, we'll send you a 90-day supply and bill your insurance company for you. Get some peace of mind. Call US Med today.
800-417-0851. 800-417-0851. That's 800-417-0851.
Let's be honest, wheelchairs are heavy, bulky, and ugly. If you carry a wheelchair in your car to take care of a loved one, you know how hard it is getting that clunky, old-style wheelchair in and out of your car. Introducing the Feather Chair Wheelchair. At 13 pounds, it's the world's lightest wheelchair. It folds in seconds and fits neatly in your trunk, backseat, or closet, so you can take it everywhere. And it's only available right here. Order yours today and get a free wheelchair case, a $50 value, yours free. The Feather Chair, the world's lightest wheelchair, is just $4.99 with easy payments as low as $16 a month. Sorry, no Medicare or insurance accepted. So call right now to order yours.
800-262-4690. 800-262-4690. 800-262-4690. That's 800-262-4690.
Hi, I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me Show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 AM, and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOK Radio.
Now, back to the lunch break.
All right, y'all, back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. I'm AJ Jones, Team Texas Tuesday. My daughter just texted me. I guess she's listening to me during her free period. She said, Dad, stop calling people trash, especially the Jets. What did they do? Nothing. That's why. And pay attention in class. Thank you very much. But anyway, the Jets themselves have potential. But what is potential? Somebody give me the definition of potential. I'll wait. Give me the definition of potential. The Jets have it. I see a lot of it out there. But let me pull up the stats. Everything's about the stats. All right, so Jets. Joe Flacco, 18 for 25, 262, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. That ain't bad for a 219-year-old quarterback. Imagine if they had somebody who could really play. Sam Darnold has moments, bright spots, potential. Hadn't been showing it a lot lately. And I'm willing to even give him the benefit of the doubt because he's under one of the worst coaches ever to coach. He's under one of the worst general managers, and he's definitely under one of the worst owners. Again, the trifecta. Keith Hennig said it. The definition of potential is to get Woody Johnson to sell the Keith, I like the way you think. That's the definition of potential. All the ability in the world, but yet unrealized. Unrealized. It's something that hasn't happened yet. It's like tomorrow. It's always coming, but it never arrives. You'll figure that out. It's called a riddle. What is always coming but never arrives? Tomorrow. When it gets here, it's called today. So, I don't know. I don't know. Woody Johnson selling the team would probably fix some things because they would definitely fire the head coach, they would definitely get rid of the general manager and go in a whole different direction. So Frank Gore, love the guy. 12 carries, 46 yards, 3.8 a carry. You know, he's pushing 300 years old. Let's see that is that LaMichael Perrin? Is he out of? He went to Florida. I thought that was the kid out of Oklahoma or Oklahoma State or somewhere like that. But 6 for 19. You can't run the ball 18 times for only 65 yards. You can't do that. And again, the young man that I really like is Brashard Perriman. Brashard Perriman is nice out of UCF. That young man is nice. I mean, playmaker. But you got to get him somebody who can get him the ball so he can do what? Make plays. The Jets are trash. The Jets are wasting young talent. It's like that place out in the desert where all those old planes are. If you need parts for planes, you got to go out to that spot in the desert, you know, where they film all the horror movies. You're running for your life from the zombies, and you run out into this plane cemetery. That's what the Jets are. I mean, seriously, who's ever come out of the New York Jets and been a Hall of Famer or a superstar in the last 5 years? I'm still waiting. Still waiting. That's the sad part about it. I mean, the Giants literally vacated the dynasty in the New York, New Jersey area when they started getting bad. The Jets, we thought they were going to take it over when they had Rex Ryan and the various different quarterbacks that they had there, but they mismanaged that as bad as they could. First of all, they couldn't commit to anybody at quarterback. And I know y'all ain't going to believe me, but Geno Smith was the answer, but they never gave him any solid playmakers around him. Never trusted in him. They coached him like the guy whose name I'll never say coached Vince Young. Hey, we don't want you, but you're our guy until we get somebody else. Then they look at what they did to Todd Bowles. And the Jets are just, they're that team. They're that team. So let me go back to the power rankings. Go back to the power rankings because they're different. Let's start at the bottom. Start at the very bottom. Started at the bottom. Now we're here. Started at the bottom. Now my Jets are at the bottom. The Jets are at the very bottom of the NFL. 0-9. 0-9. And they're going to ruin somebody's career with the number 1 pick in the upcoming NFL draft. If I'm whoever, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, if I'm one of them, I am pulling the Eli Manning. Do not draft me because I'm not coming. I will hold out. If I'm Trevor Lawrence, I will go back to school. Do not draft me. And immediately force them to trade you to somebody else. Bottom of the barrel, number 32 is the Jets, 0-9. Number 31, the team that I also have no respect for, Jacksonville, 1-7. Jacksonville, basically traded away every decent player that they have so that they could be as bad as they could possibly be, so that they could have a shot for the number 1 pick in the upcoming draft. If I'm, Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields, I don't want to go to any one of those dumpsters, trash cans. I don't want them. No. Jacksonville needs to keep the kid that they had in Sunday. The kid that played, the rookie that they played Sunday, that's their answer for the future. That's it. That's your guy. Him and Gardner Minshew, that's your speed right there. Y'all saw Hitch. This is your speed right here. Don't ever dance outside of this area right here. Jacksonville, that's your guy right there. Number 30, the Washington football team. They're 2-6. Thoughts and prayers going out for Kyle Allen. Dislocated his ankle, ugly. Don't play the replay of that. It was ugly. Glad to see Alex Smith get another shot to be great in the NFL. I know he had to feel some kind of way about coming in after that ugly injury, given what he's been through. But again, I love an underdog story, and I'm not going to hate on Alex Smith because they're treating Dwayne Haskins like trash. Yeah, but AJ, the kid was looking at his stats in the locker room after a loss. So what? You bury the kid on the depth chart and never give him another shot because he did what rookies do, second-year players do? I mean, like, it's almost like, don't ever tell me about the character of another player unless you're going to talk about Baker Mayfield. That guy's mouth, I mean, he ruined it for everyone as far as, keeping them in line goes. If Baker was allowed to say and do all that he did last year, then Dwayne Haskins can sit around and look at his stats. You see the difference in how they doled out the accountability? Baker Mayfield talks his way into the ground, and they end up going out and getting him more weapons. Dwayne Haskins does something dumb, and he gets buried on the depth chart. Just doesn't seem right. But again, I'm happy for Alex Smith. They're at number 30. Number 29, the other team in New Jersey, named New York, the Giants. You would think they would be better. Don't they have their man at quarterback? Don't they have their franchise quarterback? They got him, right? They got Daniel Jones. That's their guy. That's the guy that they wanted. Remember, he supposedly ran faster for 50 yards than Lamar Jackson. Now, Lamar would have took it to the house, but Daniel Jones had to leap over those two blades of grass that tripped him up. But why aren't the Giants better? Can I say it again? Bad coaching, bad management, and bad ownership. The trifecta. The two teams in New Jersey that call themselves New York have the same identical problem. Bad coaching, bad management. Dave Gettleman does not have a clue. He has no plan. He made that statement when they traded away Odell Beckham Jr. that they had a plan. They have no plan. Are they looking markedly better? Are they? Oh, but AJ, they don't have Saquon Barkley. They didn't look good with Saquon. Saquon is out in that airplane cemetery just like everybody for the Jets is. Daniel Jones will be the next. Pick somebody. Nathan Peterman? Nah, he ain't going to be that bad. Same three problems. Same three problems. All right, at number 28, this one hurts my mouth to say it, the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys are number 28 out of 32. I did not expect that. And I did. I expected more out of Andy Dalton when they got him. Of course, again, he got hurt, and then he got COVID, and now, Keith, that's a very good analogy. That's a very good analogy. Keith Hennig said that Daniel Jones will be the next Ryan Fitzpatrick. Very accurate. Very accurate. I mean, it's a nice career. Ryan Fitzpatrick had some really good years, but never got a team anywhere close to doing anything significant. That's Daniel Jones. No shade. I don't hate Daniel Jones. I guess we're related somewhere down the line, but at least the slave owners that took my family in and made us work on his plantations and gave us the name Jones, we're related that way somewhere down the line. So I don't hate him, but he's not going to be the next Pat Mahomes. He's definitely not going to be the next Tom Brady or Drew Brees. He's not. You don't see anything in Daniel Jones that makes you think that. He's just not. not. Ryan Fitzpatrick is a very good analogy, very good comparison. Keith, you win Caller of the Year for 2020. Oh, wait, you already got that. All right, so then you got the Cowboys. Again, man, it just hurts my heart that they're down there now. But given the fact that they right now have like the number 5 pick in the upcoming draft, that's the only kind of, compensation or recompense, if you will, consolation prize that you get out of this. At least for being bad, they will get a top draft pick in what's going to be a pretty good draft. There are going to be some pretty good players coming out. I hope they don't make the mistake of if let's say Trevor Lawrence goes first and then there's a run on edge rushers or, one of the top wide receivers and they're at number 5 is Justin Fields and they go ahead and get Justin Fields. I hope they don't do that. I hope that doesn't happen. I get best player on the board, but Dallas has got to find a way to fill some needs. And they left a big, gaping hole in the secondary when they did not replace Byron Jones. And now that Trey Diggs is going to be out, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Yeah, it's going to be tough. So we'll see. We'll see. We will see. All right, let me get back. All right, so number 27, another team that I did not expect to be that low. And what's crazy is they're 4-5, but on the power rankings, whose power rankings are these? I should have given credit to the writer, Pete Prisco. I should have known. Pete Prisco has at number 27 the San Francisco 49ers. Once again, what a difference a quarterback makes. What a difference a quarterback makes. And everybody's gonna say, well, they didn't have Kittle, they didn't have Garoppolo, they didn't have this guy, that guy, the other guy. I'm just telling you, if you look back in history of Kyle Shanahan as an offensive coordinator, this is his first head coach job, but it's still the same thing. Great when he first gets there. Great. Offenses is high flying. They scored a lot of points, did it down in Atlanta, did it in Washington when his dad was coaching, did it in Houston. Offense was high flying at first. And then people picked up the wrinkles. They picked up the wrinkles. And guess what? All of a sudden, not so much. Not so much high flying. And it just feels like, if you remember, in the Super Bowl last year, what happened? Figured it out. Second half, picked up the wrinkles and shut it down, and Kansas City pulled away. Super Bowl 51, picked up the wrinkles, shut it down, and New England won. Playoffs, Washington, picked up the wrinkles, shut it down, and they lost. I'm just telling you. Don't take my word for it. Do the research yourself. Kyle Shanahan starts off great. Look at their yards per game in his first couple of years in a spot. Look at his points per game, and then look at it at the end of his time at that spot. What's the difference? Just saying. I know what I know, and that's all that I know. Let me take a quick break. I'll be back with more right after this on the lunch break.
You love your dog. Is something bothering him or her and you can't figure out what it is? Maybe they seem slow or lethargic, and maybe they just don't have energy. Wouldn't you like your dog to be living their very best life? PetJoy offers a money-back guarantee on all of its products. If your dog won't eat it or you don't see the results you want, just let us know and we'll make it right. Totally risk-free. What do you have to lose? You can't buy PetJoy multivitamins in a store. The only way you can get them is through this unique radio offer. And if you call right now, learn how to get 2 bottles free with your order. Turn your dog's life around and make him or her a happy camper. Ain't that right, boy? He said call PetJoy right now. 800-296-1459. 800-296-1459. 800-296-1459. That's 800-296-1459.
This is a potter's field. When people can't pay for their funerals, they are buried here. It is a lonely, desolate place, littered with unmarked headstones. No one visits. No one leaves flowers. But it doesn't have to be that way. For as low as $1 a day, you can ensure your family will have the money to pay your funeral expenses. We offer burial insurance plans that pay up to $30,000. Considering the average funeral costs more than $10,000, that's peace of mind for your family. There are no medical exams, your rates won't increase, and your policy cannot be canceled as long as you make your premium payments. Call now to get approved in minutes and ensure your final resting place is more than just a pauper's grave in a potter's field.
800-308-6729. 800-308-6729. 800-308-6729. That's 800-308-6729. Paid for by Final Expense Direct.
I am a non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who help people that have been injured or wronged. If you've been involved in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or injured at work, you have rights, and you may be entitled to money for your suffering. Don't accept an offer you get from an insurance company until you talk to a lawyer.
Hey,
and we represent some of the best personal injury lawyers you can find. Tough lawyers that will fight to win your case. And they're so good they stake their reputation on it by only getting paid if you win. So if you've been in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or hurt on the job, find out today for free what kind of compensation you may be entitled to. Call the legal helpline right now.
800-547-4170. 800-547-4170. 800-547-4170. That's 800-547-4170.
This is Brian Courtney Wilson, and you're listening to The Lunch Break.
Big shout out to my brother, Brian Courtney Wilson, always doing great things with his music and gifts. One of the baddest worshipers out there, man. You won't find many more anointed and passionate than that, brother. Big shout out to you, Brian. Also got a shout out to my brother Opie over at African Imports. Laced me up today with some HBCU gear. I'll be breaking out with something else on Thursday as we honor the HBCUs on Throwback Thursday. I know I got one on today. I just felt like being TSU today. Just felt like it. You know, it's Team Texas Tuesday. I wanted to represent with a team from Texas and decided to go with Texas Southern. Charlotte Jeter, that's her school. Got to give them some love. J.J. Williams, host of the Afternoon Delight on our flagship station. He went to Texas Southern. And, a lot of people that I know and love are TSU alums and grads, Marcy Brooks and others. So, also, let me stop the music. Did I hear this right? Is this right? Let me look at my brother's thing. 245 years ago today, the world's fiercest fraternity was founded in a bar. Happy birthday, Jarheads. This is my brother's salute to his fellow Marines. The Marines were founded 245 years ago today. Is that right? Damon Brooks Sr. He and I played baseball together up in Cincinnati. We were on a traveling league baseball team together up in Cincinnati. He went on to play minor league baseball for the Houston Astros. We've had him on the show. But big shout out and celebration to all of the Marines out there on your anniversary. Again, thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. I got Air Force people and Army folks in my family. Got some Navy folks at the church. Don't have any Marines, but I got to give love to the Marines. So again, happy anniversary to you all, and thank you for your service. So yeah, got all my shout outs in right there. All right, come back to Pete Prisco's top power rankings. Again, at number 27, the San Francisco 49ers. At number 26, the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals, I'm really starting to think it's a coaching problem there as well. And I know there's some folks that say, yeah, it's the ownership as well. General manager, like they might have the same problem as the two New York teams that play in New Jersey. I'm not enamored by the coach. I'm not enamored by him. I know he was one of those, you've heard of the blue wave and the red wave. Well, they had a Sean McVay wave in the NFL where everybody was making a run on anybody that coached with, hung with, ate with, went to the restroom with Sean McVay, head coach of the Rams. Again, when I look at the Bengals, and they are my team, one of my teams, I don't see anything remarkably different or better in them. Yeah, they played Cleveland close a couple of times. They always play Cleveland close. But again, they're 2-5-1. I mean, let's slow it down before we start, anointing them and him some, football guru genius. I ain't impressed. And they're right. They're valued right where they need to be, right there at number 26. Again, got tools. Quarterback, they got it. Wide receiver, he really doesn't stay healthy, but again, they got it there. Running back, they got it. Offensive line was there, but they let people go away. So I guess you can put that on the general manager and the owner. But, again, Cincinnati, I give this guy another year or a year and a half, and then we got to start making some changes. 25, this one hurts me as well, the Chargers. The Chargers just can't seem to finish games. They just can't seem to finish games. And the Chargers have to finish games. They got a young quarterback, Justin Herbert, not bad. I wasn't a believer at first. Definitely wasn't a believer when he came out of college. But, he's balling. I can't take that away from him. Anthony Lynn is a good coach. I feel like Anthony Lynn should get another year of grace because of the last year with godly. I hate when I draw a blank on quarterbacks, especially ones that I should know. Phillip Rivers, good God. Getting old sucks. But anyway, Phillip Rivers, he should get a grace year. He should get a grace year because of Phillip Rivers. Probably won't. I hope they give him more time, but Anthony Lynn can turn that team around. There's at least 3 or 4 games that they could have won, but just couldn't close it out at the end. The Denver Broncos at 24, they're 3-5. They're 3-5. Again, I'm not going to say ownership, but management. Ownership, maybe not the problem, but management. They're giving John Elway credit for being John Elway and for the Super Bowl that he won, as they should. But boy, what have you done for me lately? What have you done for me lately, John Elway? That's the part that, and I don't think the owner wants to be the guy to, can John Elway. I just don't see that happening. I see a situation where Elway decides to walk away and do something different, but I don't see it as a situation where the owner goes in and says, yo, John, you got to go. I don't see that. So the Broncos, 24. 23, the Texans. They moved up a couple of spots because they got the win, but their 2 wins this year have come against, Jacksonville, which is why they got to go up to Cleveland and beat Cleveland. That would be a pride win. That would be a quality win. That would be a win that, that Romeo Crennel can hang up there and say, yo, we earned that. We earned that. So we'll see. We'll see. Texans are at number 23. Number 22, you got the Lions again. You know who was up there, 3-5. How much more time are they going to give him? The new Jason Garrett of the NFL, Matt Patricia. Matt Patricia and the head coach over for the Jets are the new Jason Garretts of the NFL. They just get grace and time that they don't deserve. Number 21, you got the Eagles. Again, I'm concerned for Peterson. I'm concerned for him because that owner is quiet, but when he makes a decision, when he and his wife make a decision, it's done. And they got rid of Andy Reid. So Doug Peterson, that hot ain't cold or comfortable. Hey, Amy, Claire, Boucher, Castro, Johnson, Smith, Brown, Jones, the third, how are you? Man, I tell you what, if you ever wanted to see somebody who was a phenomenal diver, no other sports talk show in Houston will mention diving. That young lady right there could dive with the best of them. Was a great gymnast too. I think she was a cheerleader too. But diver, oh boy, just skill on top of skill, talent upon talent. Good to see you, Amy. Thanks for tuning in. All right, so then you got at number 20, you got the Carolina Panthers. I wanted Carolina to be better. I feel like Carolina should be better. I like what Matt Rule is doing. I like what Teddy Bridgewater is doing. Christian McCaffrey in, then out, got back in, and now he's going to be out again with different injury from what he had before. You know, kind of hard to pull it off when your guy that you count on for so much of your offense is down like that. So again, Carolina at number 20, not a bad spot for them. Number 19, you got the Vikings. They're 3-5. Still don't know what's going on there. Can't blame it all. Can't blame it all on Kirk Cousins. But I'll tell you what, man. I will tell you what. My guy out of Florida State is balling. To me, he is the number one running back in the league right now. To me. So they're at number 19. Number 18, you got the Falcons. Who did I tell? I told somebody said that Denver was going to beat the Falcons. I was like, nope, it's that time of the year. It's that time of the year where the Falcons are just going to turn it on. They're going to look like world beaters, and they're going to turn it on, and here they come. Here they come. Watch the Falcons rip off maybe 2 or 3 in a row. Watch them. Watch them. And then number 17, the Patriots, 3-5. Patriots still, they got to pick up some ground. They got to pick it up. The Patriots got to string about 3 or 4 of them together themselves. They got to put some pressure on Buffalo and make Buffalo make an unforced error in that division. Patriots at number 17. The Bears, vanilla ice cream. The Bears are vanilla ice cream. No sprinkles, no frosting, no cookies and cream, nothing. Just vanilla ice cream. That's what the Bears are at number 16. You know, they started off great. Really, I had the Bears head coach as a candidate for coach of the year. Right now, they're 5-4, and they're at number 16. All right, let me take a break there. See if I can't get Sybil Wilkes on. Give us her the latest in the coronavirus update, and then we'll come back with the top 15. We'll come back with the top 15 after that here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. If you want to get in, 281-453-1000. El Michelle, I see you. She's got to go. El Michelle, have a blessed rest of your day. We'll talk to you soon. Here's Sybil Wilkes on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
Tuesday, November 10th, 2020. Number 1, the latest research regarding the youth vote in last presidential election shows that Joe Biden. 61% of young voters from ages 18 to 29 supported the Democrat. That compared to 36% for Donald Trump. And for young black voters, 86% voted for Biden and 10% for Trump. Analysts found that issues in today's headlines, coronavirus, the illness, and the economic effects, and racial injustice had profound impacts on young voters. Number 2. Citizens in Alabama, Rhode Island, Utah, Nebraska, and Mississippi voted to remove racist symbols and language from their state history. The efforts by states are long overdue, but news out of Arkansas shows there's still more work to be done in the hearts and minds of individuals. An Arkansas police chief has resigned after he posted messages on a right-wing social media site that appear to encourage people to assault Democrats over the presidential election. Number 3, over the weekend, the United States became the first nation to cross 10 million COVID-19 cases after reporting about 1 million new cases in the past few days. Health experts warn that the U.S. is heading into the worst of the crisis and estimate another 100,000 people could lose their lives to the virus by January. More than 237,000 Americans have died of COVID-19 since the pandemic began. Number 4, as many Americans celebrate the historic accomplishments of Vice President-elect Kamala Harris, many, especially in the red state of Georgia, are also giving major kudos to 2018 Democratic gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams. After losing her run for governor by 55,000 votes, the attorney and Spelman College graduate made it her mission to empower citizens to exercise their right to vote. Through her grassroots organizations, Abrams helped register some 800,000 voters, a diverse electorate of voters instrumental in possibly electing the first Democratic presidential candidate in the state since 1992. Number 5. Microsoft wants to restore trust among voters with its Election Guard software. It was first tested during an election earlier this year in Fulton, Wisconsin, as a part of the company's Defending Democracy project. It's possible this new software could further reduce an already low amount of voter machine tampering by making voting more modern and equitable for marginalized communities who are most impacted by voter fraud. Join me today live on YouTube and Facebook at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central as we discuss today's top headlines and more. That's what you need to know. For more information, please go to SybylWilkes.com and sign up for my free newsletter. Be informed, be empowered.
My name is Devon McDonald from Jamaica, live with Indianapolis Colts, and listen, you listen to the lunch break.
All right, y'all, we're back on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. You know, Sybil Wilkes said something very interesting in her What You Need to Know today about the coronavirus. She talked about the number of young black people that got out and voted. And I got to be honest with you, that's where I take a lot of exception to the people crying voter fraud. It's almost like they're mad that black people got out or found another way to vote, whether it was mail-in, whether it was absentee, whether they showed up early for early voting, or whether they showed up on election day. You got to realize that it was the black vote, it was the minority vote, it was the Latina vote, it was the Native American vote, it was the Asian American vote, it was the people of color vote that swung this election. And to call fraud because black people and other minorities got out and vote, that's where the problem lies. That's where the problem lies. That's why all these evangelicals that are losing their minds because God didn't do what they wanted them to do, you're basically saying you mad because God didn't suppress the black vote. And I got a problem with that. So we'll put it on the books for right now. Second hour underway right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
The legendary 1140 AM KYOK Conroe and 92.3 FM K222CX Houston.
The views and opinions expressed on all radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the host, guests, and callers who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
When you walk out on that field today, ask yourself this question. What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We ready! We ready! We ready! We ready! I'm going to the house! I'm going to the house! When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We ready? Let's go to the house. Let's go to the house.
We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, how like we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up with chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much pride from that. He's a man. They can be a hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. I'm proud when you step on the field, man. That's who I did. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world.
What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Oh, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We ready? Let's go to the house. Let's go to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
Now, that's just the first hour on the books. Second hour underway right here on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. I'm AJ Jones. It is our Team Texas Tuesday. And just kind of pontificating about where the teams in the NFL are right now, talking about the injuries that both the Texans and the Cowboys are experiencing. The fact that the Cowboys are 2-7. Right now, I think they own the number 5 pick in the upcoming NFL draft. If I'm the Cowboys, if we win, we win. If we don't, we don't. You know, you're going to get a player at number 5. Or you can even trade down from that number 5 spot and get some draft capital. You know, you might be able to pick up a couple of later round picks for that number 5 pick. Especially if you can catch a team hungry for the player available right there. So the Cowboys are sitting pretty. The Texans are, man, they're darned if they do. They're darned if they don't. Because if they lose them all, they don't get a pick before the 3rd round. If they win them all, they don't get a pick before the 3rd round. And that just seemed to be the way Bill O'Brien went about doing things, and it has not helped the Texans. It has not helped them get past the AFC South title. That's it. That's all they got to show for all that wheeling and dealing. So, you know, say what you want to say about Rick Smith as a general manager. You still have to give him credit for J.J. Watt. And don't you dare fix your mouth and say that Wade Phillips was the one who made that pick. It's not true. Don't believe that nonsense you're hearing on other radio stations down the dial. That was Rick Smith. Don't you dare tell me that somebody else wanted Deshaun Watson. That was on Rick Smith. Kareem Jackson, Whitney Merciless, those guys, Rick Smith. I mean, he was the one that found A.J. Bouye and turned him into a very coveted free agent. Guy's got a lot. Dwayne Brown, that's Rick Smith. You know, Benardrick McKinney, Rick Smith. So, you know, all I'm saying is say what you want to say about him. He definitely had, he was definitely the best GM this organization has ever had combined. You can put all the general managers that this organization has ever had. Charlie Casserly, Bill O'Brien, Brian Gaine, put them together, and Rick Smith is still the best GM they ever had. And if I'm Cal McNair, I'm doing the right thing, and I'm making sure that guy gets in the Ring of Honor. If J.J. Watt goes in, Rick Smith should go in. If J.J. Watt goes into the Texans' Ring of Honor, which he should, Rick Smith should go in too. Now, fight me. Fight me. He should. Best GM this organization ever had. There'll be a couple of guys that will have a shot at the Hall of Fame that he drafted. A couple of them that he drafted went on to win Super Bowls with other people. So, yeah, he should go in. Fight me. 281-453-1000. Why shouldn't Rick Smith be in the Houston Texans Ring of Honor? Why shouldn't he get a red jacket, a Kappa jacket? 281-453-1000. I'm open. I'm not gonna argue with you. I'll listen to your point of view. It's Team Texas Tuesday. Well, AJ, he didn't win a Super Bowl. Nobody else on the Texans have. In a Texans uniform has won a Super Bowl. So Andre Johnson's in the Ring of Honor. He never won a Super Bowl. If you're telling me that Bill O'Brien got all that credit for AFC South championships, then Rick Smith gets them too. 281-453-1000. Text me, 832-403-5005, 832-403-5005. Why should Rick Smith not be in the Texans Ring of Honor? He should. There is no reason. He should. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. You know, now when you start talking about the Cowboys, that's different. A lot more history there. A lot of championships there. 5 of them. Guys got to do some amazing stuff to get in the Ring of Honor. Des Bryant, I don't think he's in. Jason Witten, I think he is in. I think Jason Witten is in. Tony Romo, I don't think he's in. I know y'all loved him. I know you Cowboy fans loved, oh my God, I love Tony Romo. I don't think he's in. Don't think he's in. Emmitt Smith, has he gone in yet? Emmitt should be in. If he's not in, he should be in. Who else is there? None of the new guys yet. Dak, not yet. Ezekiel, not yet. Nobody else. Amari Cooper, definitely not yet. Might start looking at some of those offensive linemen. Tyron Smith, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how long Dallas waits before they put their guys in the Ring of Honor. I could see him going in. Jason Witten, I could see him going in. Tony Romo has never won a thing. I mean, give me how many playoff games Tony Romo has won. I mean, again, Tony Romo can be the man of the year. He could be the ambassador of the decade for the Dallas Cowboys. But as far as accomplishments go, I mean, there were people that were literally talking about Tony Romo for the Hall of Fame, and Tony Romo shouldn't even be in the Ring of Honor for the Dallas Cowboys. And it's no shade at Tony. I mean, Tony Romo will have a better chance getting in the Hall of Fame as an announcer. I mean, Tony Romo, if he does what he's doing for the next 20, put him in. If he does and stays as relevant as he is as an announcer for the next 20 years, put him in. As soon as he hits the 20-year mark, like to induct Tony Romo, broadcast journalist, to the NFL Hall of Fame. Put him in. Also had a very good career as a quarterback. There you go. But as a quarterback, didn't do enough to get in. Ring of Honor, Cowboys, not enough. As a quarterback, no. Sorry. 281-453-1000. I'll talk with you. Rick Smith, as a general manager of the Texans' young organization, is the best general manager this team has ever had. Put him in the Ring of Honor. No, but AJ, he couldn't pick anybody after the 3rd or 4th round. Okay, so? Bill O'Brien couldn't pick anybody after any round. Charlie Casserly picked who? What? Brian Gaine picked who? What? Put him in. Put him in. I'm telling you, they go in. They go in. Arian Foster should go in too, by the way, while we talking. Arian Foster should go in. And watch this. Bill O'Brien ruined the chance for DeAndre Hopkins to go in. That is on Bill O'Brien. He ruined the chance for DeAndre Hopkins to go in the Ring of Honor as the second wide receiver for the Houston Texans. That's all on Bill O'Brien. DeAndre Hopkins should be here right now, snagging passes like crazy for the Texans, and he is in Arizona because somebody tried to have a urination match with him. See who can urinate the furthest. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I'm sure Bill O'Brien's the winningest head coach that the Texans have had. I'm sure he's already got that distinction. Doesn't go in, though. Does not go in. Why didn't he go in, AJ? Because I said, my show. 281-453-1000. Text me 832-403-5005. It's the lunch break. I'll take a break. Be right back right after this. Team Texas Tuesday.
I am a non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who've helped people that have been injured or wronged. Have you been diagnosed with cancer? Are you one of the millions who have taken Zantac or other generic versions of this popular drug to help treat stomach issues? Then pay close attention to this message. The FDA said it detected low levels of a probable cancer-causing chemical known as NDMA in Zantac and other generic forms of this popular drug. They've banned sales and even removed it from the market. If you've been diagnosed with cancer and you've taken Zantac or a generic equivalent, call the legal helpline now. You could receive a free cash award and have your medical expenses covered. And there's no upfront cost to you. They only get paid if you win. So please call now. 800-251-7816. 800-251-7816. 800-251-7816. That's 800-251-7816.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
If you are trying to quit drinking or doing too many drugs, listen to me. You don't know me and we'll never meet. I had a problem like you once. I drank and used to party a little too much till it got out of control and almost ruined my life. I realized I needed help to fix my problem before it totally destroyed me. If you've tried to fix your drinking and drug problem and you know you can't do it alone, you need to call the National Treatment Advisors. They'll immerse you into a 30-day program to replace your old habits with new habits and totally change your life. And if you have PPO private health insurance, the entire program may be covered. Fix your problem right now before it gets any worse. Get clean. Call now and learn more. 800-961-2730. 800-961-2730. That's 800-961-2730.
I'm going to tell you how you can get real health insurance for as little as $6 a day. Yes, now you can get affordable health insurance for you and your family immediately, starting at just $6 a day. And coverage is guaranteed regardless of your medical condition. That's right, for about $6 a day, you can have guaranteed health insurance. And there's dental, vision, and prescription coverage too. You owe it to yourself and your family to make this free call right now and learn more. There are no deductibles, no waiting period, no contracts, and coverage is guaranteed. Call National Health right now for your risk-free guaranteed health insurance quote starting at just $6 a day. Call now.
800-797-0921. 800-797-0921. 800-797-0921. That's 800-797-0921. Paid for by Go Health.
You're listening to Shiloh Radio, the legendary KYOK 1140 AM, and the all-new 92.3 FM, where you will be encouraged, inspired, and ignited to reach your maximum potential in life. Jesus Christ with Shy.
This is Jonathan Joseph with the Houston Texans.
All right, y'all. Right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. Jonathan Joseph. That was a move under who? Rick Smith. I'm just telling you. I mean, fight me. Fight me. Who can tell me Rick Smith doesn't deserve to be in the Ring of Honor? And don't say that no executive for the Texans should be in, because I can name two of them. I can name two of them that should be in there. Tony Wiley should be in for the PR department. Kevin Cooper should probably skate in. He's like Danny White. Kevin Cooper's kind of like Danny White. But Tony Wiley should definitely be in. And Rick Smith should be in. Should definitely be in. I wouldn't go as far as say that. And I can't believe I'm going to fix my mouth to say this. I even think, oh man, don't tell anybody I said this. John McClain of the Houston Chronicle, they should put him into. John McClain of the Houston Chronicle, they should put him into. He should, as a journalist, as a contributor. It's kind of like the Texans should have their own kind of Hall of Fame. They should put John McClain's name up in the rafters. Give him a red jacket. They should. Yep, Mark Vandermeer, Andre Ware for the voice of the Texans. They should put him in. Do a media broadcast journalist kind of thing and put those guys in. Mark Vandermeer and Andre Ware do a phenomenal job broadcasting the Texans games for TV and radio. Do a phenomenal job. Love their chemistry. They don't overhype it. They don't what I can't stand to listen to on Monday night is not the same with Mark Vandermeer and Andre Ware. And John McClain is the general. I got to give credit where credit is due. Will he ever be on the VIP list at my house? Who is it? John who? McClain. John McClain who? From what's the movies with Bruce Willis? What's the movies with Bruce Willis? No, John McClain from the Chronicle. What do you want? I heard y'all were having a party? No. I hear people. Get off my yard. All right, I'm going to write a bad story about it right away, but get off my yard right away. I'm just, we'll never hang out. We'll never be boys. I don't think he wants to be boys with me. But he should be in. The Texans need, imagine what kind of goodwill Cal McNair could make between him and the community if he did a couple of things. Put somebody else in the Texans Ring of Honor and let it be somebody like Rick Smith. Remember, because Cal McNair did one of those, we love black people and we think Black Lives Matter and we're going to do better by the organization. And if they want to show protest during the anthem, we're not going to fire him or anything like that. Remember, he did one of those videos too. Put Rick Smith in. Put Rick in, but don't stop there. Reach out to the community. Put in John McClain or Mark Vandermeer and Andre Ware. Those two got to go together. Put them in, and then grab one of the biggest fans from your what is it? The private license seat, your season ticket holders, whatever. Grab one of the longest fans from 2002 and put their name up there too. You don't think that would really energize this community and these folks in this communities around about the Houston Texans? I'm telling you, it would be phenomenal. Cal McNair would be awesome. You'd have people standing in line to get seats. Do it. Rick Smith or Mark Vandermeer and Andre Ware, and one of the biggest fans from your season ticket holders. Bruh, man, I tell you what, they need to call me. Allie, Amy, y'all need to call me. I got something here. All right, we'll be right back right after this on the lunch break. Legendary KYOK.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. Two radio stations in one.
You're home. You're a diabetic. You need supplies, but you don't want to visit the pharmacy. What do? Call US Med for home delivery of your supplies. If you have diabetes and you're worried about going to a crowded pharmacy, pick up the phone in the safety and comfort of your home and let US Med deliver them to you with free shipping. And now if you test your blood sugar 4 more times a day and inject insulin 3 or more times a day, you may qualify to get a new continuous glucose monitor at little or no cost, which may eliminate the pain of pricking your fingers and helps you make smarter diabetes decisions. Plus, we'll send you a 90-day supply and bill your insurance company for you. Get some peace of mind. Call US Med today.
800-417-0851. 800-417-0851. That's 800-417-0851.
Let's be honest. Wheelchairs are heavy, bulky, and ugly. If you carry a wheelchair in your car to take care of a loved one, you know how hard it is getting that clunky, old-style wheelchair in and out of your car. Introducing the Feather Chair Wheelchair. At 13 pounds, it's the world's lightest wheelchair. It folds in seconds and fits neatly in your trunk, backseat, or closet, so you can take it everywhere. And it's only available right here. Order yours today and get a free wheelchair case, a $50 value, yours free. The Feather Chair. The world's lightest wheelchair is just $4.99 with easy payments as low as $16 a month. Sorry, no Medicare or insurance accepted. So call right now to order yours.
800-262-4690. 800-262-4690. 800-262-4690. That's 800-262-4690.
Hi, I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me Show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 AM, and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
Beautiful people, this is Major. This is why I love you on the lunch break.
All right, y'all, back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. I'm AJ Jones. It's Team Texas Tuesday. I'm trying to get some Texas people in the Houston Texans Ring of Honor. I'm willing to fight over Rick Smith. I think he should be in, no problem. I've even conceded that John McClain, writer for the Houston Chronicle, should be in. I've even said Mark Vandermeer and Andre Ware, who do the radio call, they should be in. Love those two together. I really do. I enjoy listening to them call the game. And like I said, I think Rick Smith should be in, and it's a no-go for me and anybody else, except DeAndre Hopkins, which, they got ruined by you-know-who. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
Good afternoon, AJ. It's Keith Hennig.
Caller of the year 2020. What you say, man?
I don't have a lot to say, particularly about the Texans, because I don't follow them very much. But there are going to be several head coaching opportunities at the end of this year. Would you agree?
Yeah, I do. I agree.
One name that you never hear, and I don't know why, is Ken Norton Jr.
Yeah, I agree.
Amazing. He was a great player, a great coach, and he does some amazing things. And I can't understand why somebody hadn't grabbed him up.
Yeah, and that's a really good name. I mean, a great guy. Doesn't have any baggage. Like you said, been very well respected around the league, which is a new term for the kind of good old boy system. I like Ken Norton Jr. Love him.
Oh, well, yeah, and you put him in Adam Gase's shoes. You put him in Dan Quinn's final stop. I don't know if Raheem's going to get that job or not, but I've been watching that Seattle defense for the last few years, and Ken Norton is a genius.
Yeah, unfortunately, they got bounced a little bit by Buffalo, which was not surprising. Buffalo ain't a bad team, but again, like we said the other day, talking about the defense coordinator, offense coordinator for the Tampa Bay. Every now and then, your game plan is the wrong one for the situation. Doesn't mean you're bad. I definitely wouldn't give up Leftwich or Todd Bowles, right now, unless they were going to take head coaching positions. They would both be back. But, hey, I like Ken Norton Jr. Very good name. Very good name.
Well, I mean, nobody is going to bring their A game to 16 games. Everybody's going to have
Keith, exactly right. Exactly right.
And, Leftwich and Todd Bowles and Bruce Arians had their day on Monday night, and I'm hoping there's not another day like that because I'm still underwhelmed with Brady. But as far as coaching, I would like to see Todd Bowles take the head seat when Bruce Arians calls it quits.
And you know what? I'd like that too. And again, that would be one of those natural attrition kind of things. You don't see that a lot in the pros like you do in college. That would be good for either Bowles or Leftwich to take that team when Arians decides to call it quits.
Well, I'm hoping that group, Byron Leftwich and Todd Bowles, decide to stay together. And, of course, my phone is ringing. I have to make some money. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, take care, Keith. Make plenty of money, man.
Thank you. Take care.
All right, brother, you too. Keith Hennick, caller of the year 2020, had to make some money, so he had to go. We got another caller calling. Hello, you live on the lunch break. Who's this?
Am I on?
Yeah, you're on.
Oh, I appreciate your show. The first I found it on my radio. You're very knowledgeable. You were talking about Tony Romo. I used to call him Tony Nomo.
Oh.
I've been a Cardinal fan in the Bidwell family back when they were in Chicago, St. Louis, and Arizona. I grew up there. I had a couple of friends that played for the Cardinals, one being an All-Pro.
Mm-hmm.
And my allegiance was with them because that's the only team I used to get on TV as a young lad. But what do you think about the Arizona Cardinals?
Well, I got to be honest with you. I'm pleasantly surprised. Got to be honest, I'm not a big fan of Cliff Kingsbury, but he's doing a fine job. And obviously they made the right move, moving away from Josh Rosen to Kyler Murray. And, of course, we here in Houston are like you all Santa Claus because we dropped off one of the best gifts that you can have and took probably, somebody that you're not going to miss anytime soon by giving you DeAndre Hopkins and taking David Johnson. So I think you guys got a real good thing going right there in Arizona.
Well, I've been over the years, Billy Bidwell is troubling to me. I don't know about his sons, what they're doing, but it appeared to me a long time ago that they really didn't want to win the Super Bowl. I had a friend that was a scout with them, and he told me that they don't really want to. They don't want to spend the money, but I think that's different now, and I hope so. But I was a Houston Oilers fan, live and die, love you blue, Earl Campbell, ad infinitum, and it's really sad that they moved to Tennessee.
Yeah, I got to tell you, what hurts me more than anything is they took the history of the organization, all the accomplishments, all the player memorabilia. They took all of that to Tennessee, and I think that was a travesty. That should have been left here in Houston. There's no way in the world you can tell me that Houston shouldn't be able to have a throwback Love You Blue Day, Houston Oilers, the old throwback uniforms, and they can't because all of that moved to Tennessee with the Titans.
Yeah, they just didn't like Bud Adams and didn't want to build him a stadium, but lo and behold, they built one after he left.
Yeah, and that's one of those, you swallow your pride, you do what's right for the city, because, again, I was a Love You Blue fan as well, loved several of those guys, and, man, I mean, how can you not be a Bum Phillips fan? That guy was just fun to listen to, fun to watch coach, fun to hear in the interviews after the game. The Oilers had a whole lot of history that's not here anymore.
Yeah, he I'll let you go. He used to say there's coaches that have been fired and the coaches that are going to be fired. He was funny.
Yeah.
But
hey,
anyway,
listen, I appreciate you finding the show. Don't be a stranger. Call back to us again, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Very kind words. I appreciate that. Very good. Very good. First time caller right there on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK. Yeah, a lot of folks it's Tony Romo's one of those guys, either you love him or you don't. I love him as a commentator. I really do. And there's some folks that don't. And I got to tell you, Tony is refreshing. Tony is very refreshing. I don't think that they're going to be the kind of legendary broadcast team like you've had with some of the other guys that that have been together for a long time. But Tony Romo, no matter who you match him up with, I believe he'll find a way to make it interesting and entertaining. I just don't think he goes in the Dallas Cowboys Ring of Honor. Honestly, if somebody goes in next, it should probably be Jason Witten. Jason Witten should probably go in next. And again, I don't know how long they wait before they nominate and put somebody in the Ring of Honor. I just don't think Tony Romo did enough as a quarterback for a historic franchise like the Dallas Cowboys, where you have Roger Staubach, where you have Troy Aikman. I don't know if Danny White got in. Again, Danny White was more of a bridge quarterback, but still, Tony Romo just doesn't cut the mustard as far as that goes. But, again, commentator, if he does what he's doing at the level that he's doing it for the next, how long has he been doing it? If once he has accomplished 20 years doing that, put him in. Put him in the NFL Hall of Fame. You got other broadcast journalists in there. Put him in. Put him in. Troy Aikman, not so much. Troy Aikman, not so much. I mean, Troy always sounds like he just got out of a dispute over his phone bill. Like they charged him for a bunch of stuff that he didn't make or he didn't do, and he had to literally hang up the phone and go to the microphone. He always sounds that agitated. Like, these are not my calls. You remember back when they had 900 numbers? All these 900 numbers were popping up on people's bills, and they had to call the phone company trying to get a credit. That's how Troy Aikman sounds every time he's on the air. Even when he's trying to be funny, there's some kind of like agitation, like, yeah, it's pretty funny. But, it's like, Troy, we'll give you a credit. Relax. Troy Aikman doesn't go in as a journalist. He, quarterback, yeah. How many Super Bowls does Troy have? Put him in. Put him in, but not as a journalist. Save that for Tony Romo. All right, I got a bunch of text messages about Rick Smith, so let me get to him. All right. KD said, AJ, are you kidding me? Rick Smith. If it was only based on the first 2 rounds, maybe. Totality, no way. Again, give me a general manager for the Texans better than Rick Smith. They haven't had a bunch of them, first of all. And out of the ones that they have, he is the best. And don't give me that ain't saying much, because you got a J.J. Watt, you got a Deshaun Watson, you got a Dwayne Brown, you got a lot of guys that went and played elsewhere that are on Rick Smith's watch. Sorry. And what really would seal the deal for me, it didn't happen this way, but if Rick had hired Greg Kubiak instead of them bringing in Kubiak and Rick together, I'm saying put Rick in, because he's got Super Bowl written all over him in picks, just didn't get it done here in Houston. It's not like he got fired, y'all. I mean, he stepped away because of the situation with his wife and because of shenanigans going on with Bill O'Brien. So he goes in for me. Arian Foster would probably be the next player I would put in. And again, I know it's COVID and all that right now, but if I'm Cal McNair, I'm trying to put some more excitement around this team. I would have a bunch of things like that, social distance, mask wear, and all that. But man, I would do that, man. I'd pick a game this year and throw somebody in that Ring of Honor. Off season, get a real good general manager. I think I want to go somebody young and smart. Instead of please don't bring in, somebody who's done it before. Don't get the guy who just got fired in Cleveland or, the last guy they had in Washington. Don't do that. Give me a Billy Bean type. That's baseball related, but give me somebody like that. And let's go. I like Keith Hennick's idea of Ken Norton Jr. I don't know how he would do offensively. He'd have to get a real sharp offensive mind, but I know he's got strong defensive ties. And I hate to say this, I don't keep any of the coordinators that the Texans have right now. I know they're fine people. I know Tim Kelly and Anthony Weaver are fine people, but you got to start fresh. You gotta just, I don't want to say burn the land, but you got to burn the land and get all those impurities out of there, that Bill O'Brien mentality out of there, and then you just start fresh. I mean, seriously, my holdovers, if I'm Cal McNair, my holdovers are, Romeo Crennel. I keep him as an advisor. I keep him as are we doing the right thing? No. Well, what do we need to do? This and do that. I keep Romeo Crennel as an advisor, but Jack Easterby, the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, y'all got to go. Let the new head coach come in here and really have a chance to run the team. Do you know how I knew Tim Kelly wasn't going to work? Because Bill O'Brien was still out there. And sure enough, when things went wrong with the offense, with the Texans, what happened? Bill O'Brien took it over again. Sure enough, when things went wrong defensively, what did Bill O'Brien do? Overreacted, fired Romeo Crennel, tried to fire him, and then Cal McNair stepped in and said, no, you're not firing him. We'll bring him up to the front office. And here we go. Let the new head coach come in and put his organization together. Let him pick his offensive coordinator. Let him pick his defensive coordinator. Let him pick his special teams coach, line coach, defensive back coach, all of that. Let him get his folks in, and let's just see what it looks like. I mean, we know what it's looked like with Bill O'Brien's fingerprints on it for the last 7 years. I mean, seriously, as bad as the Cowboys look right now, you know what? One of the mistakes is that they made? Keeping Kellen Moore. Let Mike McCarthy come in and bring somebody. Don't let him do it because, we know what happened with that in Green Bay. But let him bring in his own person. I know what they were trying to do. They were trying to keep some continuity with Dak Prescott and trying to, build off that. And obviously he made the wrong choice with Riley at defensive coordinator. But, that thing had more chances to fail than it did to work. Got to let a head coach come in and do his thing. Got to let him come in and do his thing. So, both the Texans and the Cowboys could use a major makeover. I don't know. I'm really starting to think that McCarthy might be a one and done. I'm really starting to think he might be a one and done. I mean, with what we're hearing out of that locker room, what players are leaking out of there, what you're seeing on the field, and I get it that it's with Andy Dalton and Ben DiNucci and Garrett Gilbert, but I don't feel the love. I don't feel the Mike McCarthy love. So, both teams in the state might be looking for new head coaches, new offensive coordinators, new defensive coordinators, I mean, heck, since you don't have to have a winning record to be a head coach, my new friend that just called who likes Arizona, I mean, Cliff Kingsbury didn't have a winning head record in college. Seems to be okay. Maybe Kellen Moore gets a head coaching job somewhere. Maybe Kellen Moore makes the next step. I wouldn't give him the job at Dallas. But, hey, he can run the Jets or the Giants. He can do that. Let's take a break and come back and get ready to wrap it up right after this on the lunch break. Team Texas Tuesday on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM.
1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legendary KYOK.
You love your dog. Is something bothering him or her and you can't figure out what it is? Maybe they seem slow or lethargic, and maybe they just don't have energy. Wouldn't you like your dog to be living their very best life? PetJoy offers a money-back guarantee on all of its products. If your dog won't eat it or you don't see the results you want, just let us know and we'll make it right. Totally risk-free. What do you have to lose? You can't buy PetJoy multivitamins in a store. The only way you can get them is through this unique radio offer. And if you call right now, learn how to get 2 bottles free with your order. Turn your dog's life around and make him or her a happy camper. Ain't that right, boy? He said call PetJoy right now. 800-296-1459. 800-296-1459. 800-296-1459. That's 800-296-1459.
This is a potter's field. When people can't pay for their funerals, they are buried here. It is a lonely, desolate place, littered with unmarked headstones. No one visits. No one leaves flowers. But it doesn't have to be that way. For as low as $1 a day, you can ensure your family will have the money to pay your funeral expenses. We offer burial insurance plans that pay up to $30,000. Considering the average funeral costs more than $10,000, that's peace of mind for your family. There are no medical exams, your rates won't increase, and your policy cannot be canceled as long as you make your premium payments. Call now to get approved in minutes and ensure your final resting place is more than just a pauper's grave in a potter's field.
800-308-6729. 800-308-6729. 800-308-6729. That's 800-308-6729. Paid for by Final Expense Direct.
I am a non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who help people that have been injured or wronged. If you've been involved in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or injured at work, you have rights, and you may be entitled to money for your suffering. Don't accept an offer you get from an insurance company until you talk to a lawyer. And we represent some of the best personal injury lawyers you can find. Tough lawyers that will fight to win your case. And they're so good they stake their reputation on it by only getting paid if you win. So if you've been in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or hurt on the job, find out today for free what kind of compensation you may be entitled to. Call the legal helpline right now.
800-547-4170. 800-547-4170. 800-547-4170. That's 800-547-4170.
The Lunch Break on the legendary KYOK.
All right, y'all. Back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. Should have my drops in a couple of days. El Michelle hooked us up, and I can't wait to get those rolling. So, Big Time Floyd had a nice post after during the break. He said, "Hello, AJ and the Breakers. If Seattle cuts ties with Ken Norton, the Cowboys should give him an interview for the head coaching job. It's obvious that Mike McCarthy will be one and done. His coaching staff has been horrible. Jerry Jones, please admit you made a mistake. Let Norton hire his own assistants. Cowboy Nation will not stand for this clown show." With all due respect to Mike McCarthy, it doesn't feel like a good fit. It doesn't feel like a good fit. And I'm telling you, we're hearing stuff out of that locker room like a lot. It doesn't feel like a good fit. Seriously, all joking aside, and again, no disrespect to him, because, with the way our country's so divided right now, I want to try and be a little bit more respectful to even folks that, it's obviously things aren't working out for them. Mike McCarthy and Romeo Crennel feel like they're both doing the same thing, like they're both interim head coaches throughout the rest of the season until they can bring in the right head coach. That's how it feels. We know that's the case with Romeo, but for some reason, it feels like the same case with Mike McCarthy. Like you're just an interim head coach holding it down until we get somebody else. And again, Riley was a very bad choice at defensive coordinator. Just not good. Just not good. And that's what you get when you have some of these old coaches who've been around forever. They're going to bring in their same old folks that, people have figured out on video games. Like, oh, man, here's that Mike Riley defense. Bang, bang, boom, got it, touchdown. And that's not how it should be. That's not how it should be. And that's why I say, as young as Kyle Shanahan is, he's been in the league for a long time. Kyle Shanahan has been an offensive coordinator or assistant offensive coordinator or quarterbacks coach in this league for a long time. There's a lot of game film out there on the Kyle Shanahan offense. And I'm telling you, all you got to do is figure out the wrinkles, because that's all he can add to it is, here's what we're going to do. We're going to, and instead of doing that this week, we'll add a little, this to it next week. Once you figure out the new code, it ain't hard to shut it down. And I'm telling you, do the research. Go back and look at Kyle Shanahan when he first became the OC in Houston and then near the end. Go look at Shanahan when he was in Washington, beginning and end. Go look at Shanahan, Atlanta, beginning and end. And look at him now. I mean, great players cover up for a lot of mistakes by the OC, the DC, and the HC head coach. They got great players out there in San Fran. I got to give credit to Lynch. They put something together out there. George Kittle was a find. They got some players out there. Love the running game out there. Love the defense. But you got to outscore your opponent. Well, with AJ, you're making a big deal about it. Their quarterback has been hurt. Is that it? Because their quarterback wasn't hurt in that Super Bowl. Yeah, but they were up against Kansas City. Kansas City wasn't necessarily known for defense. Kansas City defense going into that Super Bowl game was one of the worst statistically ever to make a Super Bowl. So don't. Let's not rewrite history. It was more of even that bad Kansas City defense was able to figure out what the game plan was for that game and how to combat it. Andy Reid made adjustments in the second half, and bang, there you go. There you go. Oh, wow. So, anyway, I'm getting a lot of text messages about what I said about the voting. I'm not going to get into that today. I mean, it's no coincidence. It's maybe it is, but I doubt it. I doubt it. All right, we'll talk about that tomorrow. Can we talk about that tomorrow? Tomorrow I'm going to announce the winner of this week's Lunch Break Weekly Keeping Up with the Joneses Pick'em Challenge. I'll announce the winner tomorrow. If you want to get in, you got to have your picks in by Thursday, 6 o'clock. Pick the winner of every single game. And then for the Monday night game, pick the winner and give me the final score. Not the total, but 27-15, 13-12, 10-9, whatever you think the final score of the game will be. Give me that along with the winner. You can text it to me. Text it to me at 832-403-5005. 832-403-5005, or email it aj@kyoksports.com, aj@kyoksports.com. That is a monitored email account. One of the interns will get it. They'll hit gotcha or got them or something like that, and then you'll know you're in. And then if you win, you get $50. You get $50 courtesy of our great folks here at the Lunch Break. We got a lot of listeners and viewers and sponsors that love supporting this show, and we appreciate each and every one of you. So again, we'll get that out to you. But I'll announce the winner tomorrow. Came down to another tiebreaker. So there you go. All right. So let me just put a bow on this one before we go. Get Sybil Wilkes on with her COVID-19 update. Cam Newton led the Patriots back to a 30-27 win over the New York Jets. after trailing 20-10 at the half on Monday Night Football. Newton threw for 274, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but he ran for 2 scores in the win. The Texans had to pick up a linebacker from Washington named Nate Orchard after having placed 2 players on IR. They'll be up in Cleveland Sunday at noon Central. We'll see if they can get a win. That'll be a quality win if the Texans can get it. Again, I'll have Willie Gibson on. I'll have Nick Padone on, and Nick Padun on, and we will we'll go through that. Cowboys going to be up at Minnesota. That'll be Sunday at 3:25. Again, Garrett Gilbert is likely to be the starter. Andy Dalton has yet to be cleared from the COVID-19 list. And that game's going to be Sunday at 3:25. Garrett Gilbert didn't look bad. He didn't look bad. Held on to the ball a little bit too long on that, on that last series. But, again, that Pittsburgh defense turned it up at the right time. So we'll see what happens. Minnesota is a team that they can possibly beat. Got to be able to stop the run, though. With Minnesota, you got to be able to stop the run. New Orleans is going to host San Francisco Sunday at 3:25. NBA regular season is going to start on December the 22nd. The draft will be on November the 18th. The NBA draft will be on November the 18th. The Rockets do not have a pick in the first 2 rounds. I think the Spurs pick at number 11. The Mavericks, I think, are at number 18, somewhere around there. And we'll see. I'm going to be interested in to see where LaMelo Ball goes. LaMelo Ball, if he ends up in, watch this, if he ends up in with the Warriors, oh boy. If LaMelo Ball ends up with the Warriors, just watch Golden State. Just watch Golden State. Just watch Golden State. Are the Cowboys in a bye week? Hold on, let me check that. Y'all might be right. I'm not saying I'm wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. Let's see. You're right. Cowboys are in the bye. Yeah, I had it wrong last week. I had them in the bye a week early, and now I got them in the bye a week late. So you're right. Cowboys in the bye. When they come back, they'll be at Minnesota. And Garrett Gilbert will probably be. I would go with Garrett Gilbert, honestly. I would. What do they got to lose? He didn't look bad. He almost got them a win against Pittsburgh. Andy Dalton didn't almost get them a win against anybody, did he? And Ben DiNucci definitely didn't. Like that whole Ben DiNucci thing. Ben DiNucci, I got 2 words for you. Practice squad. Come on, let's quit playing. Cowboys on the bye week. So you're right. Thank you, Big Time Floyd. Thank you, Big Time Floyd. All right, let's see. LSU Bama game in jeopardy. Good for LSU, bad for Bama. LSU didn't want that beatdown. LSU did not want that beatdown. Seriously, let's quit playing. LSU wanted none of that. Bama needs that win to, go on and get those bragging rights or whatever they're hoping to have. Put it this way. There is no way Bama is not going to be in the college football playoffs 2 seasons in a row. If Bama loses 5 more games, they're going to be in the college football playoff. So they needed that game. Also, several A&M players are out due to contact tracing because they came in contact with somebody who was COVID-19 positive. They got a game against Mississippi Saturday, and I don't think LSU is going to have any problem with Mississippi. Lane Kiffin and Mississippi. So anyway, that's your sports update. Let me get ready to get out of here. I've got to go. Up next will be Sybil Wilkes and her COVID-19 update. And then after that, Donnie McClurkin and the Donnie McClurkin Show. Lord say the same. We'll be back tomorrow for Winning Wednesday. Should have David Grubb with me. Again, I'll try and get Willie Gibson on Thursday, hopefully, and Nick Padon on Thursday or Friday. And we'll talk about that Cleveland matchup and, and all the good stuff that goes with that. Of course, we'll announce the winner of the Lunch Break Weekly Keeping Up with the Joneses Pick'em Challenge tomorrow. Somebody will win $50. We'll cash app it to them. Or if it's Big Time Floyd, I know he'll be in to get it. So, as always, let's not be divided. Let's be united. I love you. There's nothing you can do about it except wear your mask. Wash your hands 30 seconds or more. Sanitize everything around you. Be sensitive to everybody around you. Give them their 6 feet. And when you see racism, kill it, not the person, the racism. Don't be a part of laughing at racist jokes or carrying out racist events. Stop it. Let's just find a way to coexist peacefully, lovingly. Let's do it. We can. All right. As always, we'll talk to you soon. Here's Sybil Wilkes.
It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know today, November 6, 2020. Number 1. As the night of counting votes went on, most eyes were on results from the states still described as too close to call, especially Georgia and Pennsylvania. In a matter of hours, Donald Trump's lead in Pennsylvania was reduced by 75% from 80,000 to just over 18,000 votes. And overnight, in the 4 o'clock hour, Joe Biden took the lead in Georgia. Much attention was focused on Clayton County. While not the largest, Clayton was described as Georgia's most Democratic county. Number 2, as Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden inches closer to with what you need to know today. Now that Joe Biden has defeated Donald Trump, his transition team is beginning to turn his campaign trail promises into plans he can implement early in his presidency that would undo some of the Trump policies. Joe Biden plans to take immediate action on policies pertaining to climate change, immigration, and public health. Top congressional Republicans still have not acknowledged the victory. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, who is likely to limit the scope of Biden's agenda, has not commented since Friday when he called for every legal vote to be counted. Ben Carson, the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development Secretary, has tested positive for coronavirus Monday morning. Carson attended the election night party where White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows and nearly every other attendee was not wearing a mask. Just as Carson announced he tested positive for COVID, President-elect Biden announced his coronavirus task force. Please visit SybilWilkes.com to subscribe to my free daily newsletter. Be informed, be empowered.
All right, y'all. Y'all take care. I do love you. I do care about you. I do believe in you. And hey, man, we got a lot of work to do, y'all. So please, 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 please be mindful. Be mindful. A lot of healing to do, a lot of coming together to do. So some kind of way, let's figure it out. Let's let it start with us, okay? But like we've always said, not this, but this, all right? Y'all take care. I'll see you tomorrow.